I'm Diane Marie Collins, and you have entered the DM Zone. And today my guest is young adult paranormal author LauraDiamond. Welcome, Laura.
Hi, Diane Marie. Thanks for having me.
You're more than welcome. Let's talk about where do your stories start? Where do they come from?
My stories start with a character. A picture of them pops into my mind. I'm able to see them as a person, and I get to delve into their psyche. My background in psychiatry really allows me to do that because I'm able to get to know people better, what drives them, and what keeps them going.
Who are you thinking about right now? Which one of your favorite characters?
Right now I'm thinking about my heroine, Nikki. She is the main character in my upcoming debut novel, Shifting Pride, and she's 16, long dark hair, green eyes. She really enjoys the drama club, and she can shift into a cat.
Oh my goodness, all right. Let's talk about a whole beginning point. What is the most exciting thing then about writing your story?
The most exciting thing for me, again, is starting with the character and getting to learn about them. And since Nikki doesn't really know that she's a cat, it's something that she has to find out. And so I can ride along the journey with her and figure out what's it like to be a cat.
Now, we've mentioned shapeshifter. I'm not sure I understand what that means. Explain it a little bit to me.
Shapeshifters, there's a lot of folklore and mythology around shapeshifters. A lot of people are familiar with werewolves.
Oh, that's a shapeshifter. Okay, I hadn't thought of that.
Yeah, so the werewolves, people can shift into wolves. My shapeshifters are able to shift into cats, and they have their own hierarchical system, and that's how they live in their world. And Nikki gets to learn about that and figure out what it's like.
Now, you told me earlier about a poor phenomenon that she suffered through. What was this?
Yes, she woke up one morning and she had whiskers growing out of her face.
Oh dear, oh dear. Tell me, how do you determine your location for your books?
With the location, I start with what I know. I grew up in upstate New York. It's the area that I'm familiar with, and it's really a beautiful area, and that's where I keep all of the locations for my stories.
Makes research a little easier, huh?
Absolutely. Yes, definitely.
And do your characters, it's so beautiful up there in upstate New York, do they change through the season as well?
Sure. In my debut novel, Shifting Pride, it's actually changing into the fall time, and it kind of coincides with Nikki learning how to shapeshift into a cat. So a lot of times I'll picture my character in their world, and a season will be along with them, and this Nikki changing into a cat and it changing into fall kind of goes together.
Oh, kind of interesting. What is up next for LauraDiamond?
Up next, I'm actually brainstorming a sequel for Shifting Pride, and I also have a novel coming out next year. It's a young adult dystopian novel titled Endure.
If we were looking for your favorite author, someone who influenced you, who would you name?
Gosh, there's so many authors that influenced me over the years. I love the fantasy novels of, say, Lord of the Rings. I enjoy Harry Potter, more of the young adult stuff. Certainly Twilight has influenced me and a lot of people. And it's in those realms that I really stick to.
And you enjoy writing in that best too?
Absolutely.
You also write a blog, and I've heard some wonderful things about that. Tell me a little bit about it.
Thank you. I have a blog. I blog 3 days a week. On Mondays, I stick with Mental Health Mondays, where I take questions from fellow writers and I help them shrink wrap their characters. On Wednesdays, I have Writer Wednesdays, where I talk about the process of writing, hopefully to entertain as well as educate. And on Friday, I have Flake Out Fridays. It can be a joke, it can be a clip, and it's something that's fun that I like to share with my blog followers.
I love that. And if fans want to reach you, where do they find you?
You can certainly find me on my blog. Also, I'm on Twitter and Facebook, and probably the easiest way to get all that information is on my website, www.authorlauradiamond.com.
Thanks, Laura. Thanks for visiting with me today.
Thanks, it's been a pleasure.
And you have been in the DM Zone. Come back soon.